like pilot sensations when transitioning into the bigger aircraft that you fly in? What are some of the key differences you can experience while you're flying on just how it feels and
So the bigger the airplane, the heavier it feels, right? The more, so 747 or the Airbus 330, they're just huge, right? 747
yeah.
is a million pounds, right? Um, so that is one. The weight alone and the inertia that you have is hard to sometimes get your mind wrapped around. It's just
Okay.
it's a lot. It will not slow down. You cannot get the stupid thing to slow down. And if you want to descend and then center asks you to slow down and descend, no bueno. It's impossible. So that's really hard for people to get their minds wrapped around that. RJs, uh, even even the 717s and the MD-8s of the world are still, you can still, if you can see the runway, you can generally make it.
Okay.
737, no way. If you're not established, you're gonna run off the end of the runway. I mean, that's just what it is. They got a big fancy clean wing, and it flies really nice, but it doesn't slow down or go down. So
Okay.
the other big changes I'd say is, like a 737, you got the yoke, of course,
Yep.
and just the feel of the yoke is different. If you're flying an Embraer, they call it the ram's horns, where it goes like this instead of the classic yoke. It
Yep.
goes down this. And then of course Airbus has a side stick, which is completely different. So the biggest change I would say is the landing with your hand positions in different ways. Yeah,
Okay.
I would say that's
And just trying to get a feel for everything and
right.
how the airplane control is different. Okay.
Right. And because Airbus, it doesn't actually, it's all fly-by-wire. You're not actually moving anything, right?
Yeah.
The Boeing, you're still moving some things. It's helped by a computer, but you're still moving some cables and stuff. So you get a little better feel. You can come in with a Boeing and crab on the way in. If you have a heavy crosswind landing, you can crab it still. Airbus, you cannot, because the system will be like, I don't want to crab, and it'll if you straighten it out, it'll automatically turn you back, and you didn't do it. So the computer is smarter than you, it thinks, which is okay. Yeah. You get used to it. You know how it reacts. And you react. But I'd say the biggest thing going to a bigger airplane is just the there's lots of things. We look at three big things with line check out. We look at VNAV, which is a vertical nav system, and if you can operate VNAV in the different stages, from cruise all the way to the runway. You have a descent phase, you have a cruise phase, a descent phase, an approach phase, and a landing phase. So you need to be able to know how to do those things. The inertia, like I talked about, of the airplane, you have to be able to be able to slow down, go down, all of those things, and then land. Those are like those. If I can teach somebody those three things, the rest of it is just gravy. If you take anything else from me as a student, I am happy that you took one little tiny thing. If you get those three things,
Okay.
So, yeah, those are the big.
And then what about when you're transitioning to like the commercial airline that you're in? How about the tempo of the flight? Does it pick up a lot or?
So it does. To be honest with you, a lot of it depends on the captain. Some captains are always in a hurry. Some are not. Delta, it does a very, very good job of everybody says and does the same thing in the same order. So Southwest is not known for that. I don't know, Sun Country, I don't know about the others, but I know the two big ones. Delta, they do a great job, and they say, at 10 minutes prior to push, you're going to get a message, and then you can put your weights in for your speeds, and all your checklists should be done, your pre-flight checklist and all that stuff, should be done. And then you hit the pushback time, and then you push back, and then, it should be a nice, easy tempo. Nobody should ever feel rushed. With that being said, it happens all the time.
So for the most part, it's all really scheduled out.
It
so
is.